What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of the Legion of Comic Correction, where we talk all things comic books. Oh, man. So, for those very few loyal fans that we have, you may have noticed that...
thank you.
I mean, there's three of them in the room right here, because we watch our show.
I'm a fan of you and of you.
Yeah, right
back at you.
Right, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Right.
All right.
But if you are one of those people who watch us, you've noticed that we haven't been here for a while.
I had to take a minute.
We had to take a minute.
We have some life
happens.
Life changes.
Yeah,
big life pieces that are going to be going on. So
yeah, life finds a way.
Yeah, but we're finding a way.
That's right, and we are gonna. We'll make sure you guys stay apprised of all the different things.
Sail away.
Come sail away. Come sail away.
Come sail away with me.
Oh, I missed this. We will keep you guys apprised. There's going to be some changes going on. The studio.
Did you say there's prizes?
Are there?
You said it.
No, I said we'll keep you apprised.
You owe us prizes. All right.
No, your English language. We'll keep you apprised as things change and shift. Not prizes.
This is real close. It's real close.
It's not. It's not a prize.
I want a prize now.
We'll let you guys know when things happen. But be on the lookout for
there
new
may
things,
be some changes.
Yeah. Some delays
spaces
in
moving.
episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to just understand that,
this isn't our full-time job. But if you go into the links below,
love it.
Links below our video here and all our videos. Check out our Patreon, and you can help us to become full-time of doing this. You could.
You can record that, and you could use that then as another.
Record
one. We'll talk about
the pop. I like that. That's a good pop.
That's nice.
It's cool
good pop. Solid pop.
If you join Patreon, we might actually be able to afford like official sound effects and not use Logan's pop. So go down there if you guys are new here and you want to keep up to date with all the changes going on. Yeah, welcome. Click that like button. Also click that bell so you can hear all of the updates for
Just
all
subscribe.
of our episodes.
Also, if you
If
you're new here, you have to understand we got to keep you abreast of our times that Greg sounds like a serial killer.
Yep.
It's been a minute, so I want to make sure that we do a quick refresher. We are at 6. We are at 6 times.
It's a
low number,
baby.
Yeah, SKDA.
I've been
sounds.
It's a low number.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a minute, so I have full confidence in your ability.
Yeah,
to
you'll
sound
rack
like
those numbers back up. No problem.
Like a serial killer.
No problem.
I mean, we've been busy, and for the most part, you guys have known where I've been.
For the most part, generally. Yeah. It's close. I'm gonna let that one slide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that one slide.
That one felt a little forced.
He was pushing it there. He was really trying to squeak one in.
It's been a while. All right, so like and subscribe, guys. Hit that bell and click those links down below. Not just our Patreon down there, but we also have our Legion of CC, which is our website that has
pretty cool.
all different kinds of things
great
on
website.
it, including all of our episodes, ways you can support, and also
created by Red Bag Media.
Shout out.
Thank you, Brett.
Shout out, Brett.
He's down there too. Check out his links and his information. But
Speaking
you can
of
get sweet merch at that store, sweet merch.
Sweet merch.
Nope,
Not that.
not this.
Not
Not
that.
that.
We didn't make that.
Aw.
Boo.
Boo.
My hat's over there. I forgot it.
I'm wearing
merch like
shirt.
this.
I'm wearing shirt by Harry.
And sweet merch like Harry's got it all over the place. He's got his hat
Yeah.
and our QR code.
Yeah. You can
Sure.
just scan
QR
this.
code shirt. Hit it.
Scan
That'd be pretty
it.
sweet if
Hit
the
it.
video did
Hit
that.
Zoom in, scan it.
Ow. Ow.
Boom. Those go to all different places. So you can buy
Yes,
merch in our
sir.
store. You can support us on Patreon. Either way, it gives us funds to make this show better.
Hey, speaking of serial killers,
What?
Moon Knight.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Moon Knight.
What we're doing.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so normally if you've been on this channel,
Tweaking it today.
Yeah, normally we've been evaluating how we're going to do shows in the future as well. But normally we do an episode by episode. But because of all the transitions and things going on in our lives, we were not able to do the episode by episode. So instead, you can go back and look at our first 2 reactions to episode 1 and 2. But we're going to talk about the rest of it now and just kind of, I don't know, talk
Lump
about
it all in.
Yeah, Moon Knight stuff. Like stuff, with the moon.
Your thoughts about the Moon Knight?
Yeah, just overall, why don't we start that way? We give an overall, like, how we feel about it.
Overarching.
And then we'll talk
Comment.
about some...
Sure.
specifics. Harry, why don't you start that, man?
Ooh,
How did
sure,
you?
sure,
What do you
sure.
Harry,
think?
kick us off.
Yeah, since you're most similar to Moon Knight in everything.
In life.
It was the best. I'm
In
just
life.
kidding.
That
Do you
is
believe that this
copyright.
was an
It's mine.
accurate portrayal of your life?
Yes, absolutely. No, I thought it was a really. I mean, the structure of the actual show was just sort of your typical Marvel show, at least for the first couple episodes. But what the character embodies and like how they portrayed that and everything, I thought that was like way different than any other character they've portrayed.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with obviously the personality disorder, which I thought was, I don't know if it's okay to say cool, but you know what I mean? Like it was interesting, the way that they did that. Obviously that's how it is in the comics. So, that's good that they did that. But, I did enjoy the show in general with just like it felt more realistic than the other shows a little bit, just with like the graphicness. What does that look for?
Wait,
You
the graphic.
serious?
That's a technical term.
This feels like the most real. Did you say that?
I would say Winter Soldier Falcon was a little more real, maybe.
There was a giant crocodile
The very end
fighting
definitely
a
got
giant
not
skeleton crow being.
I meant like, as in like, okay, never
fighting
mind.
each other above
meant like
the Great Pyramid
With like the fight scenes, like the graphicness of like how things would
Yeah,
be
it's
portrayed.
a little
Okay.
more. It's a little
Okay.
less. It's a little less
They
camp.
took off the
gruesome.
kitty gloves and put on the medium like gloves.
medium
Yeah,
gloves.
the Mr. Knight
medium
gloves.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like, in terms of like the fighting and everything, I thought that was a little bit it was a little bit better than the like, I don't know. I'm a little bit tired of like oh, we're just throwing around fists and shields and things.
That's
Right,
fair.
right.
That's
This was
fair.
different.
Wow.
That
This
is
yeah,
was
no.
unique. It had a lot of unique
exactly.
aspects.
Definitely had
So
uniqueness.
plus, you know, I'm always good for like blades being thrown, like
Yeah.
rangs,
Chuck 'em.
moon
Yeah.
rangs,
Moonarangs.
moonarangs.
Yo,
So,
I like the idea. I've seen him in the comics and stuff, and it's cool. But to see it in like real life, but just how he could hold it, and then like the two blades came out the sides of him, the
Yeah.
sides of the hand. Like
Yeah.
it looked like a sai without the middle blade. You know
Right.
what I mean? And, like,
and I
that's
just
kind of cool.
in general, it's just like it's a character that I really have no like knowledge of. So I was very interested in getting into it a little bit.
Yeah,
I'd like to pick up some extra comics of it,
definitely.
run a little bit, you know, because it seems like a more I don't know, untamed superhero kind of.
I mean,
So
certainly
I'm
untamed
all
in
about
a lot
that.
of different
Yeah,
ways.
he's
So,
definitely not a clear cut.
Yeah, I've read
Good
my
guy.
plethora of Captain Americas and Iron Mans and Avengers stuff. So I'm good on that.
You gotta kick it up a
Gotta
notch.
venture out a little bit.
Yeah, there you
So,
go.
I'm
Add a
glad
little
that they
paprika to the dish.
Yeah, I'm glad that they did that, and yeah, I thought it
He's
was a
more of
good show,
He's more of a garlic powder.
a solid show.
Cayenne pepper.
No. His entire costume is white.
He's more of a
It's like a tartar.
I'm not talking about like color wise.
Middle
I'm
Eastern.
talking about like
He's
him.
like
Zatar. It's Middle Eastern. It's perfect.
There you go.
boom. Or if you want to
Little
get
couscous.
really culturally accurate,
Yeah.
like New England clam chowder. I think it's just like
Excuse me.
boom right there.
What?
What?
Nah, it's not.
What?
He's not from New England. Maybe Jake Lockley is. Kind of sounds like it.
Definitely spoke Spanish, but whatever.
You are lost. You are about
What'd you think?
as confused as Moon Knight.
100%. Well, it's a trippy show, man.
Yeah.
In a different way. Like we've seen the psychedelic trippy Marvel shows,
Yeah.
and this is more of the mentally like prison trippy. You know?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
Inner struggle.
I know you've kind of prepped me for your reaction to this. I don't like it though already.
I didn't like it.
I know you didn't.
It's okay.
Like it. You didn't like the show.
I didn't
man.
like it.
It's okay
I-
to be wrong, right? Sometimes.
I don't
Sometimes
think
we're wrong.
I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm looking at just hearing his take on it.
Mhm.
I don't think he's fully sold on it. I don't think you're fully sold on it. And I'm disappointed by it. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm disappointed by the series. Hear me out, okay? There's a lot of reasons why, but they are.
We need to make a
yeah.
shirt that says "Hear me."
Yeah,
out.
we do.
Hear me
He
out.
does. He says it a
Hear
lot.
me out.
Hear me out.
That's a good one. I like
It is
that
a good one. We
tagline.
gotta
I'll
have
take that
that. Hear me
tagline.
out.
Hear me out, okay?
We will.
There is more to this than
Maybe.
just this series. And here's what I mean by that.
More
okay?
wait, hold on. Say that again.
There's more
character.
at play here with this character than just this series.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to dig
Yeah,
into.
you mean
okay?
like there's gonna be more of him?
Yes,
Or
but
we're
not in the
missing
way that
pieces of
not
him?
in the way that I think would need to happen
Okay.
for this series to feel like a good series.
Okay,
That's what I
so-
mean.
So you're not talking about future projects. You're saying there's more to this character that was not included in this that should have been here.
Yes, and I'm also talking about future projects.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Okay,
Color me
so
intrigued.
here are the two pieces. One,
Yeah.
what is this series called?
Moon Knight.
Moon
How
Knight.
much Moon Knight did we actually see in this series?
Some would argue all of it.
None of it. Like
Because
barely any.
Mark Spector is
Moon Knight. No, Mark Spector
So you're-
is not number one. Mark Spector isn't Moon Knight.
Well, let's define.
Moon Knight's Moon Knight, right?
Moon Knight is Moon Knight.
Well, let's define. Well, no, because they
Mark
all.
Spector
they're
is
all Moon
the
Knight.
Mark Spector.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
I
but
will.
I will take out. He is the embodiment for the power of Khonshu.
So Khonshu is the moon god. Mark Spector was dubbed the Knight of the Moon.
Right.
So Mark Spector is the Moon Knight.
Not when he is just as Mark Spector. He's
Wait, would-
not Moon Knight.
would you say
Moon Knight
Bruce Wayne is
when
Batman?
he puts
So-
on. No. But this
so-
is very
so you're
specific to this character.
defining-
I'm not getting into this Batman.
You're defining
well,
Moon
no,
Knight.
Batman Bruce Wayne.
So you're
Like
defining Moon
Batman
Knight.
is Batman in the suit. And actually, that's a completely different story because Batman is actually him all the time.
Right.
Bruce
Right.
Wayne is the mask.
Bruce
We've
Wayne is the
talked
mask.
about this.
So you're
Yep.
defining Moon Knight as when he's in the cowl, when he's in the
when
cape.
he's in the cowl and the cape, because that's when
Okay.
he has the powers and is embodied with and has the powers of Khonshu.
Mhm.
Correct?
Yeah. I mean, he can be.
I think it'd be. I think
all
it
I'm
could be played
saying
both
is-
ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're
maybe I'm
talking
splitting
about-
hairs.
You're
But what I'm
talking
saying
about
is,
seeing him in the suit.
what I'm
That's what you're
seeing
talking
him
about.
in the suit.
You
We
wanna see more of
did
that.
not see him in the suit enough.
No, probably like 5% of the show. He was in the
Right.
suit.
And that is ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
That is Moon Knight. One of the things
Yeah.
about Moon Knight that makes him so wonderful, what was the first things that we talked about is people were like, he's like Batman, but he kills people.
Right.
I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get that at all from this. And I know that that's the way
But
he's
that-
portrayed in the
that
comics.
all that seems to be like previous to this.
Right. So
right,
we're
but this goes
Yeah.
into, so this is not an origin story.
no, it's
No.
This
actually
is not
it's
an origin
actually-
But it is
story,
to
which needs
us.
to be clear.
It's
but
the
it's
end.
but it is an origin story
To us.
to us.
Yeah.
There is so much about this story that we miss
right because
that
we don't know the
don't
comics.
get because no. I'm talking because we pick up in this.
But what I'm saying
The
is,
time we pick up,
Almost
we
like the
take
end.
the lead.
yeah, it's at the end of
It's at
of
the
Mark and
end
Steven's.
of Mark and Steven, which makes no sense because we just met Steven.
right.
Yeah.
So
And we're trying to piece together Mark's life. And I get it. That's part of the actual like construct of Moon Knight, Mark, Steven relationship. I understand
Right.
that. I get it. I really like what they were trying to do. But if they were going to eliminate so much of Moon Knight and only give us what they gave us, we needed to have another 2 episodes of seeing him do work as Moon Knight. Them being able to having the interplay that you talked about of being able to move between Steven, Mark, working together both in and out of the suit. We saw 3 seconds of that.
so
And just to add here, the coolest parts of this show
Yeah.
are not shown.
he's
literally-
talking about whenever Jake takes over.
When Jake takes over,
But
or
that's-
when Mark
that's the
takes
point,
over,
though.
when we
But,
only know
yeah.
Steven. When Mark
Right,
takes
right,
over
right,
and we
right.
only know Steven,
Right.
we miss it. We flash in and flash out. Everybody's dead.
But that's so that.
But that's
That's the part I want to see.
but that's what they're gonna give you in
There we
season
go.
2.
No,
Right.
there is no season 2.
Well,
and that's the
no,
problem.
No.
That's the problem.
They're-
They
okay.
didn't 100%
They
confirm
have
that
not
there is.
confirmed that there's not, and they have also there's very like,
There has been
here's the
a
deal.
lot. There's
Do
been a
you
lot of
honestly
rumor
think-
around the fact that there is not going to
Do
be a
you-
season 2.
No, but he's going to be an integral part of the new Avengers. So, do you honestly think that that is the last time we're going to see Mark and Steven as Moon Knight? Do you
I'm
really
saying-
think?
Here's
that?
what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
this would be I would be over the moon,
Right.
ecstatic and fine.
No pun intended.
No,
Hey!
yeah,
Oh, over the moon. I didn't even catch
I
that.
said I didn't even catch it myself.
didn't even catch it. Over the moon.
Thank you. Look at that.
Natural.
I would be fine with this. I would be 100% fine if I knew there
Yes.
was a second season.
Well, but what if you
And
knew there
this
was a movie?
And that is it doesn't play the same way. And the reason it doesn't play the same way for me, the reason
Yeah,
it doesn't play
yeah.
the same way is because we've now opened up a can of worms here. Right? We've introduced Jake Lockley, which we talked about
Yeah, it's not over.
a while ago.
I don't.
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. Listen, I don't know that Moon Knight's going to get his own film. That's number one.
Yeah.
I don't, and he needs his own film
Sure.
if
Agreed.
they're going to make that work.
Right.
I don't know if he's getting a season 2.
Right. We don't know yet.
And there's a lot of rumor that he is not getting a season
I
2.
haven't read those though.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
To be able to make him work, we need one of those two things to happen.
Agreed.
I would prefer a season 2
Yes.
over a movie.
Agreed.
Just because we've talked about how Moon Knight needs to be able to do his own thing apart from the Avengers right now, or the new Avengers right now.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of stuff he's still got to sort out.
Right. He's a ground level dude. He should be showing up.
Exactly.
He should be showing up in Daredevil. He should be showing up in Echo. He should be showing up in all those
which
places.
means he should have TV show series.
But
But if we're going to have him try then explore this whole still confusing relationship with Khonshu, with him having now Jake Lockley involved,
Right.
with not knowing his relationship back with his wife again,
Right.
not knowing where she stands, we're going to try and explore that all at the same time as they're a part of a team movie?
No.
Not going to happen. It's going to be
saying
poorly done.
I was thinking individual movie, but regardless,
No, I know that you're saying that, but
Yeah.
we don't know that that's happening, and we don't know if a season 2 is happening. And the
Right.
rumors that I've read, the
What
things
rumors?
that I've read, just articles that I've read,
I haven't seen
are that
those.
there are bad signs for them not to have a season 2.
Here's the thing, though. It is one of the highest rated Disney Plus Marvel shows at this point.
I
Of
get
all
it.
the no, wait,
I
let me
get
finish.
you.
Of all the TV shows, it's also Oscar Isaac. Like
I know he was phenomenal.
Incredible,
Incredible.
right? And people are
Talk about a
freaking
guy
out.
who is moving between characters and just really getting to set his acting chops.
People
off.
are freaking out about the Scarlet Scarab. Like they love her portrayal. They love all this. Like of all the ways that Marvel has reacted and acted, and Disney has reacted and acted in the past, like this is a no-brainer to have a season 2 / a movie and integrate them into the other series. Like I think the rumors you're reading, because like
it's a
I think
no-brainer.
but I think these rumors that you're reading are just are not founded. Like I haven't seen any that are founded, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense financially, story-wise, how they let him finish the story. Like it doesn't make any sense not to. Disney they're going to do this.
I will feel better about this
Once it gets
season
announced.
once it gets announced.
Yeah.
And
What'd you
that
find?
is 100%
I saw
my
you
belief.
type it.
I was
What'd you
just
find?
honestly, I was looking up like because I don't think any of us really know what are some of his like main villains other than Harrow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had a lot. He fought Kang.
Yeah.
He fought, but like all these like 10 most powerful, most like all of them. I mean, can you bring in like Mephisto and Kang? I guess, sure, yeah,
Right.
but like
You bring in
everyone's fought
Mephisto,
them. I'm
we're
talking about like
talking
specific
big,
ones.
Yeah, like his rogue
We're
gallery.
talking-
Right, his rogue gallery is not that big.
No, it's
The
Ahmed's
biggest
one.
ones. Well, the biggest one is like Bullseye, Bushmaster.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
The ground guys.
Yeah,
It's the
Right,
ground
it's all
level
ground
guys.
because he's all about heroes for
And then
hire.
his
Like,
brother apparently becomes Shadow
right?
Knight.
Mhm.
And then there's another one like Moon Spectre or something like that. And
Yeah.
so it's just like there's like I don't know. They're gonna have to like combine him with maybe like Daredevil. Like that would be a good
Yeah.
combo. Him and Daredevil
That'd
take
be
on
a
like
real
Bullseye
good
again.
combo. But
and
now
they
you're
do-
talking.
Yeah.
Now you're talking moving from medium gloves to the heavy hidden.
Yeah.
gloves.
So
Yeah.
like that team up
Let
will be
him
really
get
good.
some real blood on his hands.
Yeah.
This is easy though. Like I think honestly, I and I think probably the reason why I wasn't as disappointed as you were was that I read this as it's going to happen. Like the way that they marketed it, the way that they portrayed the finale, the way that everything points to more. And Oscar Isaac is hot stuff right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Like
hear
I don't
you
think
on
they're
all
gonna.
of
I don't
that.
think they're gonna drop the ball. On this. Why would they? They're getting good representation of the mental health community, good representation of Egyptian culture, a killer new hero that people haven't heard about. Oscar Isaac.
Oh,
did
Taskmaster.
incredibly.
That's the other one.
Taskmaster.
That's a big one. But,
yeah, but
Yeah, but
Taskmaster
they blew that.
started-
Yeah.
They blew that.
They blew it with the Black Widow movie.
So
But-
I hear
and
you,
he
but
fought
here's
Kang over intergalactic artiefacts. Like
I'm
they
gonna
could bring
say
into
it.
all of this.
I'm gonna finally say it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the thing that I've been alluding to this whole time. I'm gonna finally say it.
Say it.
I have lost some trust. I don't believe in them anymore.
Feige.
You don't believe in Marvel anymore?
They don't know where they are going anymore.
Can I have it? Can I?
They are lost in the woods
Can
Oh,
I
you know what would be
ask a
good? Wait, hold on.
without a breadcrumb trail.
Real quick.
Yeah.
You know, I just realized it's like, just watching the last 2 episodes recently. It's like, if they did Shadow Knight, which is his brother,
Yeah.
that'd be really good.
Yeah, because he
he's
thinks she
dead.
died. He thinks he died. Yeah. He'd come back.
But he's a child. So.
Well, but
But-
no, he's not a child anymore.
What I'm saying is, like, he
Still
died
a
as
child.
a child.
He froze in the
Well-
he froze in the water.
Well, but no.
Still a child.
No.
I'm playing around. I'm messing around. I'm
No, but
completely making that up.
I'm saying with you that he thinks he died.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
that's
he
what I'm
actually
saying.
Didn't die.
Right,
And now
like,
he's grown up.
Right.
But
Anyway, sorry.
regardless, let me clarify
Irregardlessly.
this. Irregardlessly.
Irregardlessly. Ing.
Let me clarify this. You have been since Loki, and even a little bit before, you have been consistently losing faith in the Disney Plus TV shows.
Because of
No, I've been consistently losing faith in Marvel.
So, but like
And the reason why,
we've seen some really good movies that are pushing the phase.
it's not connecting things together.
They are.
continue to introduce stuff
Right.
and just throw stuff against the wall.
What
It's not
did Phase
building
1 do?
to anything.
What did Phase 1 do? Phase 1 took like 5 movies before they started to connect together.
We are beyond that.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
How
We have
many?
we have more than 5 TV
I'm not
shows
talking about
right
TV shows.
now.
I'm not talking about TV shows.
I'm talking TV
I was
shows
talking the
and
movies.
It's not just movies anymore.
I know.
They have introduced too much between TV shows and movies, and they're not tying stuff together. They're not
So-
building anything. Where has even Madam Hydra been? Where has she been?
Shadows.
We have she was in everything we were building towards. So she's
Yeah.
not even here.
Oh, she's not
She
in
show up. Somebody show up.
somebody.
Moon Knight took place in a completely different continent. She's on
You're telling-
U.S.
stop.
soil. Yeah.
You want to talk to me that a woman who is being compared to similar level of spy skill to like Nick Fury, she's restrained to the United States. Are you kidding me?
Her
Not
boarding
restrained.
passes probably just don't work.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yep.
Maybe she's got like cutbacks. I don't know.
Dude, this
I would
you
say-
have to
She doesn't
admit,
want to fly coach.
they have
That's all they can afford.
I would say no.
They've introduced too much.
I don't
They've-
think so.
They have no idea how they're tying things
I can-
together anymore.
I
Once
also
again,
don't think
I
so.
can see both sides.
Yeah, I think there are some that they have introduced that they haven't connected yet. That is 100%
I think
accurate.
with,
But I'd say the majority are connected.
I think one that they're
I
you know what
just
I think
disagree.
you know what one that I feel like they did and can specifically connect things with is like Hawkeye. Like that's one that shows that they can connect things together.
Yes. Yeah.
Start connecting some of the outer strands.
But
But
they
I
haven't done anything with
but
it.
I
But they have to start somewhere.
Oh,
You
they
have to
start-
start somewhere.
Dude, let's just go. So
Okay, here we go.
let's just go through
So
this.
the way I see it is
they
we've
have
got ground
introduced
level.
too many stuff,
The
too
way
many
I-
things,
So
too
the
many
way
people.
the way I see it is we got ground level and then we've got main storyline.
That's the way you're seeing it.
I know.
You're seeing it that way. I'm not seeing it that way.
100%. But you've talked and tried to convince me, but now let me talk and try and convince you. Right?
Just let me explain.
Just hear me out.
Just
Hear me
hear
out.
me out.
You've been talking this whole episode. Let
Just
me
hear me
explain out how I think they're
Yes,
connected.
go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right.
You're right.
Are
It's
you
only
sure? Are
fair.
you ready?
Yeah, it's only fair. Go ahead.
Are you actually prepared?
Yeah. No, actually, give me a second. Not quite prepared yet.
I
Give me
know
a
you're
second.
not because you don't want to hear it.
Wait. Just not yet. Hold on. We're almost there.
Okay,
go ahead. When you're ready.
Okay. All right. Oh, good.
Averagers assemble.
It's all Batman and you and Mando.
Mando.
So,
Batmandos assemble.
so So we've got our ground levels, and we've got our main
I know.
storyline.
This is a. I will give you this. This is a semi good argument, but go ahead.
Do you want me to just beat up?
You could.
You could, because he's probably not going to stop.
Probably yell over it.
I'm not going to stop talking. I'm probably not.
Stop.
I'm probably not. Just go
Hold
ahead.
your ground, Gregory.
You can wait him out.
I
That's
can't.
his only thing.
I live 30 minutes from here.
That's his only thing.
All right,
you got to understand that's the only way to beat me is to allow me to keep talking until I'm
until he
tired.
runs out of breath.
Yeah.
That takes a long time.
I
though.
know I
takes a
can
long
go
time.
because I will be louder and I will be stronger. But
Play some zombies till 3, and then he'll.
and then I'll be done.
No, you should play zombies when
Sweet Lord.
when WWE is on,
Ooh,
and then
yeah.
he'll stop like first match.
I'm gonna stop talking. Go ahead.
All right, so we've got ground level, and we've got like the main storyline. So in the main storyline of the new movies, I am discounting Black Widow because that should have never happened. We're just gonna ignore that. Actually, it should have happened. It should have happened back in Phase 1, right? So
Shots fired.
we'll get that out of there. So in the main storyline, when it comes to this phase, we have had Spider-Man, who is not a new character, but they are building him into who he needs to be.
Who is it?
Right? Who is Spider-Man? Yeah. All right. I don't know. He's the guy that shoots webs at his butt, apparently.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobes. So we've got Spider-Man, not a new character. We've got Doctor Strange, also not a new character, but introduces a very important new character, and we'll talk more about that in our correction or review of Doctor Strange. So we've got those two movies, right? Then we've got Shang-Chi, very important because we're starting to shape up the new Avengers because most of the old ones are gone.
Right about
So,
that, dude.
and he gets connected at the very end by meeting with the Sorcerer Supreme along with Hulk and Captain Marvel, right? So those are those 3 movies. Then we have the Eternals, which was a bomb. I agree that it does not.
You heard
I
it
do.
here.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I agree
garbage.
that it was a wasted attempt, right?
Thank you.
It could have been really great.
I agree.
It was a
I'm
wasted
not,
attempt,
I'm not
though.
debating that.
Yeah.
No pay.
Could have been.
But-
It could have been great, but they bombed it.
When
Not
it
good.
when
Not
it comes
great.
to the connection, also very important because it brings the Celestials to the forefront, which is going to be key in Kang and Galactus and all those people coming in, right? So that's the 4 movies at this point that we've had in this phase, and they all connect, all of them, right there. And there's only 2 new teams brought in: Shang-Chi and the Eternals. The Eternals were a bomb. Shang-Chi worked. That's the main movies. So the movies are working now.
Can I? They're not working. Can I explain why?
Okay, why do you think the movies aren't working?
This one,
Right, Eternals gone.
Eternals, they're gonna write out.
100%.
Like they have to actually
agree to
course
that.
correct and
Yep.
figure out what they're gonna do around that. Right.
I agree to that.
All right. So we have.
So we have 3 movies: Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi. All
Right.
worked, all connect.
I mean,
Only
Spider-Man
one
was
new,
phenomenal.
Only one new character there that is introduced.
No.
You've been saying there's a lot of new. Oh, 2. The one from Doctor Strange and the one in Shang-Chi.
No. Because just think about No Way Home.
Didn't introduce anybody new. They all went back to their universes.
Yeah, but we opened up all these universes.
Right. That the multiverse is part of this whole arc, but they
Right.
are not. They are not characters that are going to stick with us. They are characters that are
mean-
there for the multiverse.
Yeah.
They're
Are
not,
you sure?
They're not mainstays. No, they're not mainstays. They're not. We're talking about core team.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So
I
movies
will-
are good.
Let's continue your
Okay.
thought
So
process.
now we'll go to the shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the shows have been more spotty, I would say, than the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say there's some good standalones, but when it comes to interconnectivity, they are a little more spotty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when it comes to the main storyline, we've got Loki ties perfectly.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Right? Loki was great. That's everything
But
up.
hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
This is where I want to ask. Loki's storyline, though,
Yes.
is introducing. If you're saying stories are separate than movies, Loki's storyline is introducing the big bad for the movies.
No. I'm saying I'm not saying they're separate. I said there's ground level and there's main line.
Yeah, but then what also goes in there is that Loki,
Right.
what's happening there is mainline.
Is main line. Yes.
And you forgot for the movies, we have the next Ant-Man and Wasp that is coming out
Yep.
that is supposed to have something to do then with Kang.
Yes.
Or
but,
we're
but
assuming.
not that Kang.
We're assuming.
Well, remember, you pointed this out in Loki. It's not Kang. It's Immortus. So Kang,
Right.
I know it's the
Yes.
same person,
Yeah.
but it's going to be a
It's-
different
it's-
version.
I know
of
it's
him
a different version of him. It's
in
the
Ant-Man.
earlier version of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, and so that's again, you're proving the point of connectivity though, because Loki is now
No,
connected
but
to
what
Ant-Man.
I'm saying is we
Yeah.
can't say that what happens in TV shows
Right.
is separate from what happens in the main storyline.
No, you're missing. I never said that. I said there are 2 tiers. There's ground level
Okay,
and there's
then keep
main.
going, keep
right.
going.
So
Yep.
there are some TV shows that go to main. Right now, there really hasn't been any movies that go to ground level. There's TV shows that go to ground level. I guess Black Widow might be a movie that kind of goes to ground level because Yelena will be probably ground level. But like we're talking about, so there's 2. There's ground level and there's main. So Loki's
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Yelena, though.
right. We don't know. Well, remember we talked about her being in the Echo show. She's probably going to be an Echo team up with Hawkeye, Echo, and Yelena. But regardless,
Right.
So Loki's a main, right?
Mhm.
Loki's a connection to the main and does a very good job with that. WandaVision, I know you didn't like, but they connected the ending of WandaVision wonderfully to the Doctor Strange movie.
That I do agree with.
Right.
Yes.
So that's a connection to the main there. So those 2 are connections to main. Okay. Captain America is actually a connection to both because he was kind of ground level in the show, but it's setting up the already confirmed Sam Wilson movie. So he's going to come in as Cap, as Sam Wilson, and bring that into the main storyline. But he's also kind of ground level because the show was kind of ground level. Right. So
Plus
that
the
one
Winter
was,
Soldier too.
yeah. And we got White Wolf coming up too.
Yeah.
So like that's solid. So that one's solid in there. All right. Then we've got What If, which is just, I think that's they kind of tease that in multiverse, but it's really not. I think it's more of an artist's expression.
I disagree.
it's
They
gonna be
brought
more?
so much into, and we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we
That's
will.
the problem is we're getting a little
much
bit
of
away
What
from
If.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, we will.
What If had so much come over into
Right, which is cool.
multiverse.
So, okay, so
we
that's
can't
even more.
just,
That's
we
even
can't
more
just
connection.
write it off.
All right, so that's even more connection there. Okay, and then we've got Moon Knight and Hawkeye are the last 2 shows. So Hawkeye sets up ground level with the Echo series and Kate Bishop joining the crew, and the hope for Daredevil because of him and Spider-Man, right? And then Moon Knight is the only one right now.
On Kingpin, but
Oh yeah, and Kingpin. Moon Knight is the only one right now that's autonomous, that like really doesn't have any connection to anybody else in the MCU. But there's hopes that he is going to join in. But at this point, he's the only one. That's the only show that's kind of been nebulous.
I mean, I'm hoping they're doing the what is it? When it's Moon Knight, Daredevil, Spider-Man,
oh yeah,
the Midnight Sons of Midnight or something like that.
Yeah,
I forget
yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah,
but that like
team up.
conglomerate.
He also teams up with Deadpool at one point too, which would
Okay.
be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, he's the only nebulous one right now. Everything else connects to one of those 2 veins. Most of them connect to the main storyline, and we've only really introduced in the main storyline like 2 new people.
When we talk about this,
Yeah.
when we talk about Multiverse of Madness,
Yeah,
they introduce a whole bunch of other people,
but
and
yeah, we'll talk
and-
about it.
and the storyline like doesn't actually bring anything together. So many people had hoped
One thing.
it brings one thing,
It set
and
it up
there's
really nicely.
so many other things that are still just your explanation, Greg. Your explanation. I'm going to tell you this right now. You did an absolutely wonderful job with that explanation.
Good job.
Boom.
However,
Yeah.
that took a long time to try and figure out where any
No,
of these
I
things
just pay
lead
attention.
to. No.
Shots
No.
fired. Right back.
I just did my research. Come on, Mando. Come on, Mando. Do it.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
All right, so
Talk about a real good show.
so the hope is that Moon Knight will connect sometime. We hope
Here's
it will.
what I will say. Here's
Yeah.
what I will say. If everything that you just explained
Yes.
comes together,
Yes.
I will be happy and I will say, great job.
Yay.
And I will
I hope it
say
does.
that there's a lot of those pieces, and then I underestimated them, and I will eat my words.
Kevin
However,
Feige, man. Master Weber.
we have done this plenty of times
Yeah.
with Marvel, especially,
Yeah.
where we're like, this is how this is going to play out. This is going to be perfect. This is how it's
Yeah.
going to work. And then our idea ends up being like a lot better than what ends up happening.
Absolutely.
It has
And
happened.
most-
Yeah, it has.
Most recently, it's been happening more and more,
Especially
and
with the
more,
TV shows.
especially
Yeah,
with the TV
especially
shows.
with TV shows.
And so, what I am saying is that is a really good plan.
Yeah.
That's
let's
not
do
going to
it.
happen.
It might. Well,
It
no.
won't.
What
It
I
won't.
ex-
Just
what I-
based on track record.
But what I explained
just
already
based
happened.
on what I'm saying, no, they haven't come together in that way. You don't know for sure
right, they
that
haven't,
this person is going to be in street level, and that's the way they're going to approach this.
Right.
And these people are going to be the main focus of the new Avengers,
Well,
and this is the way they're going to move.
They've
And
read the comics.
they've
They've been doing pretty good with going by the comics.
I'm telling you, man.
Let's hope they do it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I don't believe, based on track record, based on
Is
the
it actually gonna
performance, that it's going to happen that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
think
see
so.
that.
I
can see
I'm
both.
optimistic.
I can see both, but we've all been
This man playing the fence over here.
Yeah,
we've all been a
he
little
is playing the
disappointed
fence.
in the past few
We actually-
shows.
He's
We
literally
we were opposites. Like,
I know.
hardcore, which is what we normally are.
I know.
And then you're just like, yeah, I can see you do it either
I can
way.
I can see it both ways.
All right, we really didn't talk about Moon Knight very
Nope.
much, but if you haven't seen it, go see it. I have one last question for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
How would you rate Moon Knight? New, crescent, full.
I'm more of a waning kind of guy.
Yeah,
What
I
do
would
you
say
think?
Maybe a little
I
harvest.
mean, like in actual like
Yeah.
both vocabulary and
Yeah.
moon term.
You would go
I'm
with
waning.
waning? Wow. All right.
Well done,
Thank you.
I loved it though. I would
I
say
thought it
full
was
for
a
me, 'cause
good
I really
show.
love it.
dude. I have literally. I need
Yeah.
you.
We need
And this is maybe this is
like
this is
Piranha
just you and
7. We need him to watch that and be like,
you need
that was a good movie.
you need to.
Well,
like,
I've corrected so many movies with you.
I know
You know
you've
I hate
corrected-
movies.
I know you've.
I mean, not all movies.
Dude, you look
I
at
hate
certain.
movies.
You need to hear this. You need to hear this for your own sake.
let me hear it.
Okay.
Let me get my real ear here. Go ahead.
You're so positive on things
Yes,
in life
sometimes.
and everything. I feel like when you watch a movie or a show for the first time,
yeah.
you're just like, oh my gosh, these pieces were so cool.
Yeah.
But you then like look past like all of these other problems.
Sometimes.
And here's the deal. And here's the
Yeah.
deal. This is where I balance. I
Yeah.
look at all the problems.
You do.
And I ignore all the positive things.
And he just sits
And
on
he's
the fence.
over there and he agrees.
He's like, man, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
yeah, Greg, that's good. Oh, yeah, Logan, I can see that too.
but like
Yep.
my win on this is exactly
Yeah.
what you said before, which was Eternals, which like
So
we
that
came out of
yeah.
Eternals.
Well,
Every
and you
single
go-
one of us have been, what did we just watch?
No,
no.
no.
You
Oh,
and I were pretty. You and I were like, it wasn't that bad.
Oh.
and
then-
I was like, that
and you were
was
like, that was terrible.
atrocious.
Yeah, I would say the only one that I agree with you on that is Black Widow.
Right.
That
right.
I never thought that one was good.
Yeah,
I
that's
legitimately
fair.
fell asleep for.
You fell asleep for most of it.
This is how
But
I
I'm just-
measure movies. If I
I
fall
want
asleep
you-
in
Yeah.
the movie theater,
Yeah.
you're done.
I want
Yeah.
you to
Yeah.
just be.
I will
think,
go
no.
binge Moon Knight again.
No.
I loved it.
I think you
I
have
love Egyptian
rosy colored blinders for
stuff
Marvel.
for Marvel. Sometimes I'd say sometimes because I do. I was a Marvel guy growing up, so
I know.
so
I know.
sometimes. But you gotta. I mean,
You trust the process
These
so
rose
much.
glasses have been built on truth.
You trust the process very hard, and
Yeah.
I commend you
Well,
for it.
you
I
gotta
commend you.
you
for
gotta look at the Infinity Saga and how good it was.
I know.
It's
I-
like
and I
it's-
can't take
it's
a-
hard for me not to trust it. It's
I
like
know.
Yeah.
I
all right,
know.
Kevin, man,
It is.
come on,
I
Big
think-
Kev, you
I
know what
agree
you're
with
doing.
Can they pull that off again? And
Right.
I honestly don't.
I
think they
don't
can.
think they can
I don't think
either.
they can.
I don't think so either.
They
But
don't have the characters for it.
the room, yeah. Well, no, well, if they, my brain broke there for a minute.
Brain broke. My brain broke.
If they go the route of Secret Wars, which is where it looks like they're going, I think they could,
Yeah.
because then they could bring in Black Suit
that's-
Spidey.
But
That's
can I
it.
say
That's all
no,
they
no, no.
got.
And here's
Nah, there's more stuff. They could
Do you
it-
know-
They could do an Earth X Universe X Paradise.
Do
X.
people want to see that?
If they knew what it was, they would.
Exactly. If
problem.
they knew what it
But
was.
they didn't know what Guardians was,
Can
and
I-
now they love it.
do you know what their problem is? Here is
Probably
their problem.
lots of things.
No. Here's their big problem.
What's their big problem?
I'm going to tell you this right out, and this can be the last thing we talk about.
All right.
When Marvel
Just
first
knocked on wood.
when Marvel first started, they had a committee.
Mm.
It wasn't just Kevin Feige. So they had a committee of all these people who voted on everything in the direction that they wanted
Sure.
to do. This existed through phase 2.5.
Right.
Okay. Halfway through the second phase, Kevin Feige said, it's either what I say and you disband this group, or I walk.
Right, and they
And
kept
they
him
disbanded the group and they kept Kevin.
Which
And they
I
allowed
think
him
was
to move
wise.
forward, which was wise.
because he's really smart.
But do you want to know what the last decision they made as a group
They made the little stone version of Kevin Feige, and
They
then the only way to
kiss
break him out is to smash him.
That was good.
That was good.
No, it was.
What did they say?
Civil War.
Civil War was
Civil
what?
War
Was it what they decided to do?
Was what they decided to not make it actually be a fight between them, where it was an actual war.
Right.
Instead, they just had them fight each other about going to fight.
So that was
an
the committee?
actual villain. That
was
the
the committee?
That was the committee.
I mean, good riddance.
No. And Kevin Feige. He agreed on this. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
They can't pull the trigger on killing their characters.
And that's
Captain America should have died. If they
Secret-
brought up
Secret Wars.
No, not Captain America.
Secret Wars
Captain
can't
America.
happen.
In Civil War?
in Civil War, Captain America
Cap should have
dies.
died. Yes.
Iron Man
Oh,
kills him.
he gets
He gets murked. Not murked, but like
He
they
dies.
battled out.
Right,
Like
yeah,
when,
right.
when they had that battle between
Cap
the two
dies.
of them,
well,
Captain America would have died.
And Thor, the fake Thor, they create a fake Thor and he kills Goliath, which is pretty heart wrenching.
But what I'm saying is, Secret Wars can't happen the way you want it to if they're not willing to kill people off.
Yeah, but they're moving to the point of like just being okay with
No, they're not.
killing
man.
people.
No, they're not.
Class Bs.
Think about. No, they're not.
Yeah, and
How
some
many
Class
people
A's.
should have died in Endgame?
Well, yeah. Well, all right. Let's not get back on the Endgame topic because we've talked about that before, and you go back and watch our
but you
podcast
get
because
what
that'll
I'm
go forever.
saying.
I do.
Unless they introduce some of these people to die, make
Right.
the boy who lived
Come to
come to die.
Well,
Unless they kill some of these people.
yeah. Well, and they could. We don't know. I mean,
they have to.
It's Disney. They're not going to do that.
Well, it'll go to a degree.
Somebody's gotta die.
But here's the deal: is that Disney they have allowed things now that they haven't in the past. Like Marvel's gotten way more gory, like not gory, but like
No, they
like they've
could've.
allowed
They could have.
they allowed the Netflix. No, listen, they've allowed the Netflix shows onto Disney Plus, which was big.
but that was already main.
I know,
Yeah,
but then
no one main died in that.
no. But I'm talking about just the violence level.
Not,
like
he's
I don't
talking
think
violence
he's not,
level. About
yeah, but
Disney
we're not talking about the
compromising.
violence. We're
What
talking
I'm
about
saying-
just characters dying.
no, but I'm talking about Disney compromising, like
Yeah.
Disney allowing
Disney-
things to happen that they wouldn't allow them to pass.
If that was true,
Like, things are
we would
happening.
have seen more fighting from Moon Knight. Moon Knight
Well,
is vicious.
not
He's
I
a
know,
killer.
but
and
that's not
we
what the
didn't see
director
that.
wanted.
I don't care what the director.
Well, no, but
this
you
is, this
should
is the
because
point.
that's not. You're making the point that that Disney would have let it happen, but what I'm saying is that the director didn't want it to happen. The director put what he wanted in there.
That was dumb.
Well, but that's not what your point though. Your point was Disney stopped them from. They would have done it if Disney would have allowed it. That's a moot point because the director had it this way.
You could be right. You could be right.
That's all I'm saying
but my
about
point with
that
this
point.
is, if we were actually being authentic to Moon Knight,
Right,
we
yeah.
would have saw a lot more
More
violence.
of it, yeah.
We would have saw a lot more killing.
I think.
Oh, there's setting
And
up
I think
Jake.
the difference.
the way they covered up their killing was he blacked out.
Was he blacked
I think
out?
what
Yeah.
you guys are talking about two different types of, like, you're talking
Yes.
about the actual actions of killing. He's talking about what the meaning of the killings
Right,
means.
so taking
like,
out big characters.
yeah, exactly. So like
Yeah.
Logan's saying that they're gonna kill these people not because it's violent or that it's like, it's gruesome or whatever, but because it's gonna make them, quote unquote, maybe lose money because people are gonna be like upset that
Right, because
those characters died,
that.
and then they can't do more character development with that character.
Right, so they waited.
But that's how the
11
comics
years.
go, which will then make the comic book fans happy, which will make them trust the process more, but they will also lose the Fairweather fans that, it's like, oh, Captain America died. I'm done with Marvel.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah,
like,
so they waited like 11 years
Right.
to kill Robert Downey Jr.
right.
because they used him for all they needed, and then they killed him instead of.
I don't need you anymore.
Even
Well,
though
they paid him well.
that
so
was a
I don't
great
really
way to-
feel that bad for.
Right.
for
and that was
Robert
it, and
Downey
that was a
Jr.
perfect way for him to go. But all right, yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah,
I'm struggling.
It's tough
I'm
though.
struggling with all of this.
In that same vein, though, it's tough because comic books can kill a character in a run,
I
and
know,
then the
and then they'll
next
bring it
run
back.
starts in like
I know.
3 months, and they can
It
bring him
is
right
hard,
back.
but Marvel
Whereas the
has
movie,
such
it's a long form,
like large runs of things
Right.
that you can create a whole entire phase out of a run, or even multiple phases out of a run, as we've seen. and those characters are still dead, unless there's like a reason for them coming back through like, you know,
right.
whatever.
If they died near the middle of that phase or the beginning of that phase,
Right.
then we have that phase to kind of like mourn them.
But
and
they're
then
not
come
gonna
back later.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
We
it's,
didn't even
it's a
get
different
it.
storytelling stuff. We didn't talk about the finale.
Didn't even touch on like Thor: Love and Thunder and like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and
But
what
those
all
haven't come
that's
out
going to
yet.
bring. I'm just saying they're all a part of this phase.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
I am.
And they're not introducing new
heated.
characters, which is what you are complaining about. They're the same characters.
Oh, they're not. Who's Russell Crowe?
Oh yeah, Zeus.
I'm Russell Crowe.
But they need to introduce villains. Zeus and Gore the God
These
Butcher are going to be
people fight.
villains. They got to introduce villains. You can't just. What, are they going to not introduce a new villain?
I'm done. I'm done.
Anyway.
I've made
All
my
right,
points.
well,
I thought Moon
we
Knight
will-
was good. Greg loved it. Logan was disappointed. Are you guys
Yeah.
shocker?
Whoa.
We've surprised everyone.
We will do more
Dude,
reviews next time.
There's not a single thing we have watched or reviewed where I loved it, you hated it. There's not one.
Really?
There's not one.
You loved it.
Not
I
one.
hated it.
Not one.
Let's do a Nicolas Cage movie.
Done.
Done.
We'll see you guys next time.